Ask and you shall receive. A lot of you guys have been asking and writing down in the comments, let's see the OnePlus 9 Pro versus the 12 Pro camera comparison. Guys, today's the day. Stay tuned. Let's see who takes the crown today. What's up guys, it's your boy Manny back here again with one more review. Today, 12 Pro, OnePlus 9 Pro. Who has the better camera? Who has the Pro camera? We're gonna find out today, guys. But before we start, remember, comment down below, like the video, much appreciated, would help out the channel. But diving right in, guys, we're gonna go to the first picture. We're gonna do it how we did it in the last video versus the S21, same concept. We have the iPhone 12 Pro on the left. We have the OnePlus 9 Pro on the right. Looking at both of these images, they both look very good. I will tell you that the iPhone is getting the glare of the sun a lot more than the OnePlus is here. The OnePlus picture looks a little bit better and sharper in the windows in the middle. So I'm gonna give this one to the OnePlus right off the bat. This picture I took, you got a lot of grass, so I wanted to see that green color come out. Both of these pictures look extremely well. I can't tell you which one looks better because they both look good. If I were to give it to a little bit more detail in the grass, it'd be to the iPhone, but again, very, very, very close in those pictures. This is an ultra wide that I took. I wanted to get it because of the pattern of the cement. And again, the colors on the OnePlus is coming out with the colors very strong. It looks much more pleasing to the eye. It looks like what cement actually looks like. The iPhone 12 is kind of giving it like a bluish hue that I don't like so much. So I'm gonna give this one to the OnePlus 9, but I am telling you that they're very close. That's a very good picture. This is another picture, another ultra wide. I got a little bit close to the cement. Both look great. I think the OnePlus is a little too dark here. You can always fix that in post, but I think it's a little too dark straight out the camera. So I would go for the 12 Pro here. I think the camera looks much better. I mean, the picture looks much better there. Again, I did another picture here of the water, and now on this one is a totally different story. I like that it's a little bit darker in the 9 Pro because the water looks a little nicer than it does on the iPhone. But again, very close pictures. I'd probably give it to the 9 Pro just because of the way that that water looks there. Another picture, I got a little bit closer to the fountain, and off the bat, looking at the actual droplets of the water, looking at the sharpness of the water, the OnePlus is much sharper. The 12 Pro is a little bit lighter. It's not as dark as the 9 Pro, but again, I can fix that darkness in post. What I don't want to do is over sharpen and then everything looks weird. So I will take the 9 Pro here, the OnePlus, much better image on this one. This is a picture of a hallway. We had some light coming in through the side. Looking at the center, at the lettering in the building, the OnePlus is much, much sharper, but the lighting, the way that the actual image looks is a little bit better on the 12 Pro. So I'm gonna call this one a tie because they're both very good pictures. I mean, it really depends on your preference. Both very, very good pictures. Now, this one is a macro shot. I obviously did the macro setting on the OnePlus. iPhone doesn't have macro, so I went as close as I could to keep the actual object in focus. This is a railing, paint is chipping off. Just looking straight at it, the OnePlus 9 Pro, much, much better. Obviously, much sharper. You can get closer, so the image looks nice. You get a lot of background separation. The kind of 12 Pro keeps everything in focus, obviously. So it all depends how much you would use an image like that. But I like that you have it in the OnePlus 9 Pro. You have that macro lens. So I'm gonna give this one to the 9 Pro. This image I really like because I took it purposely with the sun directly into the camera to see what it would do. And look at the OnePlus 9 Pro, guys. The actual branches, the leaves of the tree, much more sharper, much more in focus. You can actually see the color when the iPhone is getting a lot of the haze coming from the sun, a lot of the flare, and the tree looks just dark. It doesn't look good. So OnePlus, again, taking the picture here. This is an ultra wide picture that I took. You know that the OnePlus 9 Pro has that 50 megapixel camera, and it is insane. The pictures are beautiful. They're gorgeous. I mean, on this one, I'm gonna tell you again, it's another tie. They both look good. You present both of these pictures to me and I will tell you I like them both. I can't tell you which one's better. I like both pictures on this phone. Next one, I zoomed in, I got in a little bit closer. And again, looking at the water, you have more detail on the 9 Pro. The 12 Pro is just a little bit too dark in this. But looking at the center, both very sharp, both very good. Again, guys, up to your preference. They both look great. Those, I can't tell you the difference on that image. This one, I did a picture of an orchid. I wanted to get it closer and see the color difference to see. Again, both very good pictures. I would be pleased with both of these pictures. If I'm gonna post it on social media or I'm gonna print them, whatever I'm gonna do, they're both good pictures. I don't know what to tell you. Now, here's where things really go south for the iPhone, and it's in the night pictures. Guys, it's a night and day difference, no pun intended, but it's crazy. Looking at the iPhone 12, I mean, this picture I took of my car, you see the light coming in from the back and it's kind of like casting that light all over the car, all over the ground. The OnePlus 9 Pro does very good in kind of controlling that yellowish hue and keeps the car white. The rims are much more in detail and you can see much more of the brake calipers. I mean, I love the OnePlus on this picture. Night pictures, it takes the iPhone day in and day out. Here's another picture here. This scenario, it was pitch black. You cannot see the car. And I took the picture. Both of them did very good. I can't complain. Now the iPhone, that signage in the back, it's literally bleeding the light out. It's also casting like a shadow onto the car of the same signage, where the OnePlus 9 Pro is just keeping everything neat, keeping everything nice. Night pictures, man. OnePlus is just destroying iPhone. And then these two I took, no comparison because the iPhone doesn't have this feature, but this is the tripod mode that the OnePlus has, and it takes a super long exposure. And guys, look at this. Again, I'm in pitch black here, and the pictures are insane. You see the stars, the sharpness of the picture. I can't complain. Amazing again when it comes down to night pictures for the OnePlus, much better than the iPhone. And then I only took a couple videos. I didn't go too much into video, but looking at the videos that I did take, I took two videos here of the actual waterfall. I did one at 4K, 60 frames for both phones, because that's all that the iPhone can do is up to 60 frames. The second video you're gonna see is at 120 on the OnePlus. Again, the iPhone doesn't do it. Both videos are very good. On this, it totally depends on your preference when it comes down to video. If you like the video to be a little bit smoother, or if you want to slow down that video, the OnePlus 9 is going to give you the advantage because you have 120 frames to work with rather than 60. If you don't care about that, you just want a nice video, the iPhone does an amazing video. You can't complain. They do good videos there. So I'm gonna give that me, because I do like to slow down videos and do slow-mo. So I'll give it to the OnePlus because it can get to the 120. As far as the front-facing camera, the iPhone takes it, of course. You know it does 4K. The OnePlus only does 1080. There's no comparison there. That's why you don't see a video here, because there really is no comparison. The iPhone takes it on that one. But there you have it, guys. This is the comparison versus the iPhone. And what I'm gonna tell you right off the bat is Apple used to be a company that was innovative. They would come out with new things. They would come out with products that your jaw would drop and hit the floor of what they actually came out with. When the first iPhone came out, the first touch screen, I mean, we were crazy. We didn't know this was actually here. Like the technology was here, and they presented it to us. And iPhone has been around for so long. I've had pretty much every single iPhone that's come out. But here's what's happening nowadays: is other companies are actually being innovative. Other companies are stepping up to the plate, and they're swinging for the fences, and they're trying to do more. They're not just trying to catch up, they're trying to do more. And that's what I've been telling everybody, and that's how I feel that what Apple's been doing is they're trying to catch up. They're playing catch up. Samsung would launch something, and then iPhone would launch the same thing. But then the next year, Samsung would go higher, and then iPhone would launch the same thing. And I think that's what's happening. The trend before was Apple would launch an amazing product, better than everybody else, and then everybody else was playing catch up. And now I think iPhone is playing catch up. Guys, Apple is a huge company. They've been around for years. I mean, they make computers, they make it all, you guys know. And then you have a company like OnePlus, new to the block, if you would say, because they're a fairly new company, and they launch a phone cheaper than the iPhone, more features than the iPhone, and as you can see, a camera that compares to the iPhone, and in some circumstances beats the iPhone. And that is my takeaway from this, is that you have phones that are getting better, Samsung's getting better, OnePlus is getting better, other companies are coming up to the plate and they are swinging for the fences. I feel like Apple is catching up, and that's why I'm gonna give this comparison, I'm gonna give the crown to the OnePlus. You gotta give it for a company that is not so old and has been in the market for so long, and they produce a phone like this that beats the iPhone in a lot of features and then also competes in that camera. You have to give for the OnePlus, you have to. And when it comes down to the Samsung also beat the iPhone this year when it comes down to camera, so iPhone has some catching up to do, big time. But guys, you saw it yourself, OnePlus, it's amazing. It's amazing what they've done with the camera. I have had 2 updates when it comes down to the camera, and they fixed a couple of the issues that I had the first time I did the comparison with the S21. So I'd probably have to revisit that video again. But OnePlus is pretty good with taking out updates. So I'm probably gonna see more updates, tailoring more things to the camera and making it even better. And Hasselblad fine tuning that color calibration and making it even better. And seeing that in the future, watch out iPhone, because again, this is amazing from OnePlus. So there you have it, guys. I mean, you guys tell me, write down in the comments, what do you think? Is it worth it? Like, I mean, do you really think that the iPhone has time to catch up? Let me know what you guys think. But this is Manny signing out with one more review.